what you're looking at over here. You're looking at a car that's being loaded up on my trailer. Before we go any further, I want to do a shout out to a guy on Facebook. His name's Richard Trianglia. Richard Trianglia, he's up in New Hampshire. He basically does exactly what I do, but it seems like Richard always runs into a lot of assholes and a lot of people that don't want to pay and just total jerk-offs, because I watch his videos on Facebook, and that's what he talks about a lot. Well, let me show you what happens. This is what happens right here when people treat you like shit, okay? And they think they can walk all over you. What I'm doing is I'm loading this Volkswagen up, and I am taking it back to Dallas, Texas, and dropping it off and telling the owner to go fuck himself. And he won't be getting his deposit back of $1,500 fuck off dollars. I will be keeping that money for transportation purposes. So if you're watching this, owner guy, fuck off Volkswagen dude, fuck you. Look at right there. You see that? Y'all see that fucking right there? All right, I fell on my ass the other day when I was doing a live video for you. Okay, I was doing a live video on DIY Auto School for you to learn, and I tripped and fell on my fucking tailbone. I think I cracked the bitch. I don't know if I did or not, but let me tell you something. You don't want to fall on your tailbone. Motherfucker hurts. So I've been outside. Oh, fuck. Son of a bitch. Motherfucker, man. So I've been outside for the last hour and a half, hooking up this pile of shit fucking Volkswagen. Let me go ahead and refresh everybody's memory here. I did a semi-restoration of this car 35 years ago for a friend of mine named Willie Chappell. Now, we didn't go through it and totally restore the car. We didn't, like, you know, put brand new interior on it and brand new bumpers and all that shit. It was basically an overall acrylic enamel paint job, and then I put some brand new seat covers in it. I rebuilt the motor, put a new clutch, stuff like that. The car ran for 4 years. He never changed the oil. He never did no maintenance on it. The brakes went out on it and the motor quit working. I'm sure all it needed was a tune-up, and he parked it under a tree, so it's been sitting under a tree for 30 years. We come across my other buddy, Mr. Majestic, and Willie ends up selling it to Mr. Majestic, which is Mr. Mercedes guy. And then Mr. Mercedes guy wants me to do a total off-frame restoration to the car. So we come to an agreement. I haul the car all the way out here to Moab, Utah. I get $1,500 up front. And then the car sits here ready to be put in line to restore. The first of the year comes up, which is 2022. I went and got this car back in July. So it's been sitting here for 6 months. And I get a letter in the mail from Mr. Majestic's place of business. And you know what that is? It's a 1099. I'm his employee now because I am working on his personal car. This is not a business car. This is not a business venture. This is a personal car that he owns. He thinks that I'm going to restore his cars, his personal cars, like a Mercedes that I did for him, and then turn me into the IRS as a 1099 employee. Well, Mr. Majestic can go fuck himself, okay? That shit ain't happening. Now, he gave me $1,500. I will be keeping the $1,500, and he can go fuck off. And this is how you treat people that think they're on top of the world and are better than you. You can fuck yourself. And that's the truth. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up while you think about the situation. Let me explain something to you. I'm self-employed. I've been in business 43 fuck-off years, and I pay my taxes every year. I don't need some yang fucking bozo to 1099 me on a personal fucking car restoration. That's ridiculous, it's absurd, and it ain't happening here. Well, go right there. It's the only place it can go. Fucking, that's it. There we go, bitch. Hook that motherfucker up so I can get the hell out of here. Fuck him, motherfucker. 1099. Are you joking me? Are you serious? Yeah, I already know what you're saying. I wouldn't bring him shit. I'd have him come get it. He ain't gonna come get it. That's the problem. All right? He won't come get it. It'll sit here and rot, and I don't want the piece of shit on my property. You see this bullshit? You see what I'm fucking doing here? You see it? Because I'm self-employed, and this is the kind of shit you go through when you're self-employed and you feast or famine. Fucker. Fucking strap. So, you're probably saying that sure is a long way to go because you're pissed off at the guy, and I'd probably let him come get his own car. Well, just so happens I have to go to Dallas, Texas anyway. I got to go there to get this implant done and get the crown on the implant. So I got to go there, and I also got to pick up a rack for an A-body, General Motors A-body GTO that I need for restoring a GTO that I'll be picking up very soon. So I really actually need to take my trailer and go to Dallas all at the same time. Or I would tell him to go fuck himself and he can come get it or it'll rot. Personally, I don't think he cares about this car. I really don't think he gives a shit about getting his car restored. And I think what his angle is on this is a way to launder his tax money. I really don't personally think he gives a shit about restoring this car. That's just a way for him to launder his tax money and hide it from the IRS. That's basically what I'm looking at here. And I'm not gonna be part of some crooked motherfucker, all right, that wants to rip everybody off and scam into his benefit while everybody else loses. It ain't gonna happen. I've been out here for an hour, going on an hour and a half now, loading this piece of shit up. And I don't have winches. I don't have electric winches and all that shit. I actually use a come-along when I load these up. And I had to drag this thing about 100 yards from the fucking back 40 there up to here to get it loaded up. So, yeah, it's been sitting in the dirt. It's got 4 flats and all this other shit. Ow, fucking bitch. So this is a good example. If you're in business for yourself, you don't let people walk all over you and treat you like shit, okay? He could take this Volkswagen, stick it where the sun doesn't shine, where it will never shine, where the sun will never even get a peak. The sun will basically melt and rot away before any sunshine hits this fucking thing, okay? I will be making a video when I drop it off. You'll want to see that. Does he know that I'm bringing it to him? No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know, okay? He doesn't know I'm bringing it to him. Because I'm not going to tell him. Kind of like he didn't tell me about 1099. Gonna 1099 me my ass. Fuck you. Richard Triangular's been having problems selling a Mustang. I guess I don't know if he's got it sold or what, but he's selling this Mustang. I guess it's a parts car or something, who knows. And the guy's giving him grief about it. So he's getting on Facebook and he's talking about this fucking Mustang, and the guy's screwing him around. The guy called the cops and all this other shit. Fuck all that, okay? I don't know if anybody out there remembers this Volkswagen I had here. That would be on the top 10 worst cars I ever did in my life, being in business or actually doing this kind of work. I got so stressed out that my trigeminal nerve in my face was so fucked up that I couldn't think, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't take a shit, I couldn't do nothing because of the stress factor that piece of shit Volkswagen that I worked on, that I made into a beautiful restoration, even though he says I didn't restore it, all I did is paint it. He's restoring it, not me, all right? Put on me as a human being, and it's not gonna happen. He thinks he's gonna get away, Mr. Multi-billionaire here, get away and put a 1099 on me like I'm his employee. No, you're not, okay? You're not. I pay my taxes. I'm a big boy. I've been in business longer than you have, sir. Once again, he gave me a $1,500 deposit, and I have to go to Dallas, Texas anyway, so he won't be getting his deposit back. And as far as any other Mercedes-Benz go that he wants me to work on, he can forget it, okay? He can take his cars, go somewhere else, because I am done with Mr. Majestic. I'm fed up with all the crap and all the stress that he gives me, and I ain't fucking with him no more. It's over. He can take his cars and fuck off. If he thinks he can get away doing that to somebody else, hey, that's fine, do it. But when you're restoring a personal car, this is not a business car. You are not using this as a business vehicle. You are not making money off this. And then you 1099 somebody that's restoring it for you, that's a little ridiculous and absurd. It's not happening over here. Whether it's legal or not, do you understand me? Because I know there's people that are going to argue here. Whether it's legal or not, He ain't doing it to me. Let me ask you a question. Can everybody hear me out there? I don't even know if we got good volume or sound. I haven't been paying attention, so if you can give me a thumbs up, then we'll figure it out. Do we have good volume? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much, John Van Meter. So, I was excited to restore this car. It was kind of a goal for me to restore this car, believe it or not. I was going to restore this car to museum quality restoration. It was going to be a beautiful car. It was going to be a car that you probably would not drive on the street. You probably wouldn't drive on the street. And let me tell you something. It's not going to happen. I don't give a fuck about that car anymore. As far as I'm concerned, it's a fucking car, okay? You can take that car and put it in the junkyard where it belongs. To restore this car, let me tell you what. To restore this car to what the owner wants it and to my qualifications of actually restoring it would actually cost him around $35,000. Now, you all are probably saying, wow, $35,000. Well, let's see here. We got a top, convertible top that's rotted and rusted. That needs replaced. We got the top itself that needs replaced. The frame structure is rotted. The wood that's in the frame structure is rotted. That needs replaced. We got motors, transmissions, drivetrain, suspensions. We got floor pans. If the floor is even any good to restore, we might have to go ahead and get a whole different pan for it. We got fenders, we got doors, we got hoods, we got rotted rust. Let me show you the door over here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this is just an example of what kind of restoration we're talking about. I had to put this on the steering wheel because I'm out here by myself, see? I'm doing all this shit by myself. I don't have no help. I don't have 700 employees like Mr. Majestic does. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's make that 701. Now he's got 701 employees. But you know what? I quit, so give me my unemployment, bitch. Or better yet, I'll tell you what. Let me go ahead with this. I fell on my tailbone. Okay, I fell on my tailbone and hurt myself. Let me go collect disability because I got in an accident and I deserve it. Let me do that instead. Then I can live off disability the rest of my life. And then undercover, away from the government, city, local, and state. And yeah, I can go ahead and hide and do everything I want to work. I can rebuild motorcycles and I can rebuild cars and restore all this other shit and go ride my razors. But I'll still collect my disability. Yeah, let me do that because I'm a fucking loser. Had some guys visit my shop, young kids from New York, the other day. They stuck on for about 3 hours. Really nice young guys, hard-working guys, honest and reliable. They got their own little business. They buy and sell cars, fix them up, this, that, and the other. So they're watching this. Yeah, thumbs up, buddy. I hope y'all make it back to New York safe. Okay, let's go ahead and open this door. And let me show you what's going on, if I can even get it open. There it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move the door. Now, the bottom hinge on this, the whole frame structure on the car itself is rotted and rusted. Okay, so that's just a little example of the restoration. Did I show you this rust right here? Come on, let's look at that. Because I want to make sure I justify the situation why this would be a $35,000 restoration. Okay, do you see that? Look at that rust, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, here. Let's go ahead and get a good look at the frame structure on this convertible top. Oh, what about the interior? Yeah, yeah. There you go. Take your Volkswagen and fuck off. Now, this is the plan. Jerk off doesn't know I'm bringing this car back to him. I'm not going to call and tell him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some white and probably neon orange paint. I'm going to drop this off in front of his shop right at the entrance. I'm going to drop it off right at the entrance where you drive into my old shop, because he's the one that bought my shop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take some white and neon orange paint, and I'm going to put fuck off. It'll say fuck off on the windshield. Mr. Majestic, asshole, piece of shit, loser, fuck you, and your jerk off fucking everything that counts, punk. Okay, that's what I'm going to write on there. And then he won't be able to pull in the driveway of my old shop, because this piece of shit will be parked right at the street. We're going to unload it right at the street. And then I'm going to drive off. I'm going to get my rack that I need to pick up. I got a rack there for a 67 GTO to put the body on. It's a body roller to roll the body. I'll put that on there. And then what I'll do after that, I'll tell Mr. Majestic, fuck you, because he'll call, what are you doing? Fuck off, 1099er. I'm not your employee, bitch. So there's people out there that are probably thinking I'm an asshole. There's people out there that are probably thinking this guy's way off whack. He's a loser. He is a fucking idiot. Well, you know what, guy? You ain't been in business as long as I have. And you haven't dealt with the public long enough to know how the public is. I'm not saying everybody's like this. Matter of fact, I would say 88% of the population is actually really, really nice. It's that other 12% that really, really puts a stick in it and makes things bad. $35,000 is probably cheap to restore this car to, what can we call it, museum quality restoration. He can probably turn around and sell this car, knowing how high-end Volkswagens are right now. When I get done, he could probably turn around and sell it for 65 or 70,000. So who's the one that's really getting screwed here? Who's the one that's really getting it taken in the ass and taking it hard? Can anybody say anything? I'm fed up with the crap. I'm fed up with the bullshit. I am exhausted. I've been in business 43 years putting up with this kind of crap. Can't sleep at night. I sleep probably 3 to 4 hours a night because all I do is think about cars that I'm working on and stress that I'm getting from them and everything else. It's bullshit. Let me tell y'all something, and you can believe what you want, but you see this beautiful shop that I got? I paid cash for that shop. I got a house sitting over there on the other side of this building, paid cash. Paid cash for all this property. Want me to tell you why? Because I worked 43 fucking years saving my money up, paying my bills, paying my taxes every year. Do you really think that I would be in business if I didn't pay my taxes? First of all, the IRS would have came after my house and my shop. They would have took everything I had, probably thrown me in jail, all right? I'm responsible. I'm a human being that is responsible of doing work and paying taxes. I don't need Mr. Multi-billionaire piece of shit babysitting me and telling me what I need to do. Another thing that I don't like is people bring their cars to me and they tell me how I should restore them. That's an insult. If you take your car to a shop, a reputable shop like me, that is honest You don't question anything they do. You just let them do it and pick it up when it's done. Give them their fucking money when they ask for it and go down the road. We're going to shift over to this dog right here. I don't think I've made any videos on this car. I actually been filming a lot of videos, but I haven't really made any videos, and I'm going to start posting them very, very soon. But this is our famous Rustang. We're not going to call it Rustang anymore because there ain't no rust in it. Believe it or not, after 8 years of jerking off, the rust is gone. I want to go ahead and I got this covered up for a reason because it looks really beautiful. Anybody that's been following my videos on this car, they're going to know what kind of piece of shit this was. So I'm going to go ahead and take this cover off. And this is just the start, okay? This is what Mr. Majestic could have had, but he's not getting it. This is what we got here. I want everybody to look at this. And I'm going to turn my lights on so we can get a good gander at it. There we go. All right, now let me get the camera because I want to do a little quick walk around. I want to show you. This is going to be almost a concourse restoration. Look how beautiful the engine compartment came out. Look how nice and high gloss the paint came out on this. Everything looks beautiful. I went ahead and beefed up the front end. I welded all the seams up super tight. And I mean, the front end of this is going to be beautiful when he puts his big block job in there. And it's going to be an awesome car. But this is what happens when you don't tell the owner of a reputable business what to do. This is what happens. This is an example from this. See if we can see that piece of shit to that thing out there. Okay? This is what happens when you put your trust in people and you say, I want it done. Just do it. Okay? That's how it is. I went ahead and painted all the inside for him. You can see that. We did everything. We did the bottom. We did the inside. We did all of it. It's all painted. It's beautiful. Came out beautiful. And now we're ready to get this thing. This thing's been on those wheels. Those little front wheels, this thing's been on that, bolted onto those little front wheels for about 7 years, 6 years. So, Mr. Frankenstein, he went and bought all of the suspension. This is all the suspension right here, front and rear suspension in these boxes. And then he's also got high-end four-wheel disc brake setup for the whole car. And this is going to be a beautiful car, people. This is going to be a car that says, you know what? My friend Pete did it right because I didn't fuck with him. My friend Pete did it right because he pays his taxes. My friend Pete did it right because he's honest. My friend Pete did it right because he works his fucking ass off. Even on fucking Sundays, he fucking works his ass off. I made this jerry rig operation here. It really came out nice, to be honest with you. It's an adapter for rear ends. Now, of course, all those little adapter things, they come off. These things here. And, of course, the front thing. So if I want to use that cross beam, I can use it still. But, yeah, you'll be seeing the video on that very, very shortly. And then we got a video coming up for all you people that are learning how to do body work and want to learn how. I got the Harbor Freight hammer and dolly kit. I haven't opened it yet, but we're going to do a good review on that. I'm going to get an old piece of shit body part in here, a fender or a hood. We're going to dent it up. We're going to hammer and dolly it. We're going to see how those hammer and dollies work, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on that. But, yeah, there you go. All by myself. I got a cracked tailbone. I don't know if anybody saw that video. I was working on the Corvette. I went back, I fell, hit my tailbone, bounced my head off the concrete like a ball, and got back up and kept going. I didn't fucking give up. We're going to go ahead and take a gander in the paint booth. We can't go in there because the fucking Wi-Fi sucks. But we'll go ahead and turn the lights on and we'll get a good look at the Corvette. Corvette's coming out beautiful. Here's a good example. You know, I've talked to the person that owns this car right here. I've probably talked to him. I've probably talked to this guy maybe 4 times ever since I've had the car. Very, very nice guy, him and his wife. The car belonged to his wife's dad, and then his dad restored the car, and then now they're completely restoring the car again. But I'm just painting it, so I don't know if I'm restoring it or not. I'll let you answer that. But yeah, it came out nice. Now what I did, I went ahead and put the G2 polyester Evercoat feather fill primer on this. You're going to want to watch that video on, if you're working on fiberglass, you're going to want to watch that video on how to actually prime a fiberglass car and what you need to do before you prime it. But so the Corvette's coming out really nice. It's an awesome car and it'll look good. Can everybody, it says I got 188 viewers here. Is 186. Can you guys do me a favor, please? Can you go ahead and at least thumbs up the fucking video for me? I don't ask for nothing. I don't ask you for fucking money like all these other assholes. I don't have a Patreon account. Okay, I don't have all that bullshit. All I ask is, you know, give me a thumbs up. What's so fucking hard about that? You know? You know, let me ask y'all a question. I'm going to get a little pissed off now, okay? You know, I'm over here making these fucking videos, all right? I'm making these videos, and I'll probably lose some subscribers on this. I don't give a shit. I don't ask for shit. Normally, when somebody wants to send me something, I tell them, no, don't send me anything. They get insulted, and I never hear from them again just because I don't fucking want it. I don't have no room, for one. If you want to send me something, I don't have no room, okay? I don't have no shelf space in my office. I don't have any storage. I don't have, you know, I don't need anything in life. I'm contained. I pay my bills, and that's me, okay? But I'm going to be honest with you, all right? I make these videos. I get a measly fucking, 2,000 views, between 2,000 and 4,000 views. Maybe if we average everything out over all the videos, I probably get an average of 1,000 to 1,500 views, if you average it out. I don't ask for nothing, all right? I don't have a Patreon account. I don't have, what can we say? I don't have a, what's that other thing? GoFundMe. I actually tried the GoFundMe thing when we first started moving out here. Because everybody said, get into GoFundMe, open a GoFundMe program, blah, blah, blah. I opened it up. I had it open for 4 days, and I felt so guilty that my conscience couldn't stand it. I closed the account and I gave the money back to the people that gave me money. But you know what? Give me a fucking thumbs up, okay? Can you do that? You want to give me a thumbs down? Do that too. At least I acknowledge that you watched the fucking video. When people come to my shop, if I have t-shirts or I have stickers or I have something to give away, I give it to them. I don't sell it to them. I don't fucking sell shit when you come visit me, all right? I don't do that. Anybody out there that's ever been to my fucking shop, now these kids that came out, I didn't have nothing to give to them. Sorry, okay? Sorry I didn't give you a sticker or a fucking t-shirt or whatever. Is that my responsibility? Do I have to buy my views? Do I have to sit here and give shit away from my shop so you can watch my fucking video? We got people out there making YouTube videos that don't do nothing. Nothing. They make a vlog like I'm doing and they get 6 million fucking hits. They're getting checks in the mail for $450,000 a fucking month. They're buying tractors and they're buying brand new tractors and completely demolishing them so they can make a YouTube video. They're buying Lamborghinis and crashing them. But they get 100 million fucking 200 million views. They aren't showing you nothing but how to be a fucking idiot. But a guy like me, making these fucking videos, making the videos on this fucking car and all the other shit that I do, falling on my ass, breaking my motherfucking tailbone, coming out here at 6 o'clock in the morning, 17-degree fucking weather, loading up fucking cars because some guy wants to 1099 me. I don't get shit. Yeah, I'm fucking whining. I'm crying, bitch. I've been doing this for 13 fucking years. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. Maybe it's time to say, fuck it. I've done my fucking share. Fuck off. The Volkswagen's going back to Dallas, and it can rot in hell for all I care, okay? I am nobody's daddy. I'm nobody's mommy. I'm nobody's nothing. You can take your Volkswagen and fuck off. And anybody else that wants to call me and try to get buddy deals out of me because you watch my videos or you're a faithful fucking follower on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, forget it. There's no fucking buddy deals. There's nothing, okay? If you want a professional job, you want it done right, you want a car that's gonna last you for fucking ever, then fine, call me. I use top of the line supplies, okay? My knowledge exceeds fucking YouTube, I can tell you that. The only reason I don't make mechanic videos is because I can't afford to go buy a fucking car to tear it down to make mechanic videos to show you how to change a fucking O2 sensor or a timing belt. Y'all think I'm fucking rich over here? Is that what you think? I work 7 days a week. I was telling you about my shop. I was telling you about how I paid cash. You know how I paid cash for this bitch? Because I paid my fucking shit for 43 fucking years. I sold everything I had. I took all my fucking money and put it in this fucking place. I had a guy come over yesterday. He was older than me. I'd say he's in his early 70s. And he says, beautiful shop. Everybody that comes to my shop, they say, oh, this is a beautiful shop. It's awesome. It's the nicest shop I've ever seen in my life. That's because I take care of my shit. He says, you know what? You know what really sucks, Pete? And I said, what's that, buddy? He said, by the time you actually get to do this type of thing and you really get going and you build your dream, it's time to retire. You don't want to do it anymore. And you look at the place and you say, wow, I got this beautiful fucking shop, but I don't want to work on this shit no more. But then you come across guys like Mr. Majestic that thinks he can walk on every human being that walks in front of him because he's rich and can do whatever he wants. Like his 1099 bullshit. You see all the U-Haul rental trucks here? Well, that's what Minnie's been doing for the last 3 or 4 months, renting U-Hauls. Right now is the slow season. You can see the yard's basically a storage unit for storage facility for U-Hauls. So we're not making a lot of money, but there's several reasons why I decided to do U-Haul, and I'm not going to mention them, but there's several reasons that I decided to do it, and one of them wasn't to make money, I can tell you that. But they're here, and Minnie loves doing it, so that's all that counts. Let's get back to this Volkswagen. I want to ask everybody a question out there. First of all, I want to say this is Sunday, and I want to say God bless America, God bless you, God bless the world. I'm not going to church today. Minnie's laid up in bed. She had a rod taken out of her leg, and we can't get to church, so church is off the schedule. But that doesn't mean we can't believe in Jesus Christ as our Savior. That doesn't mean that we can't pray to God, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, that's another reason I have all this shit. That's another reason that I am here where I'm standing right now is because of God. If you believe in Jesus Christ as your Savior, things will start happening for you. If you pray to Jesus, not for yourself, but for others. I don't ever pray to Jesus and ask him for anything. But I do pray to Jesus and ask him to help you. Okay? Believe it or not. If you start believing and you start following and you keep the Lord in the back of your head, this is what you get. You don't need money. Okay, you don't ever hear me bitch about money. I never bitch about or cry about money at all. My bills are paid for. All right, my bills are paid for. I got on the table, and I got a little bit of money in the bank. That's all I give a fuck about. That's it. I don't care about being rich, because you want me to tell you something? I am rich. I'm a lot richer than Mr. Fuck Off Mercedes guy here. Okay? This guy lives a miserable, miserable life. All he does is whine and cry, bitch and complain about his life. That's it. But he's a billionaire. So, if you want to get ahead in life, and you really, really want to, and you want to be part of, what can I say, your own world, forget about politics, forget about watching the news, forget about all the shit going on in the world, because right here, this is my world. This is it. And this is all that matters to me. I don't watch the news. I don't listen to the news. If someone brings something up, I tell them I don't want to hear about it. I don't give a shit. Because the only news I want to hear is Jesus Christ in my heart. The only news I want to hear is this piece of shit getting off my property because he thinks he owns me. Nobody fucking owns me. I'm a free person. I do what I want. I'll be damned if I'm going to have some jerk off take a personal vehicle. This is a personal vehicle. This is not a company vehicle. A personal vehicle, restore the car and turn it in to the IRS as a tax deduction on me. It's not happening. There's nothing else I can say. I got to get back to work. I got a lot to do today. I'll be working till late hours. I'm hoping that I can get the rear end in that Mustang over there and get the front suspension started. What's going on with our Camaro? Let me tell you what's going on with our Camaro real quick. We're waiting on the bell housing and clutch kit to get here, which is fucking, who knows where that's at. Okay. Checking to make sure my microphone's working. So we're waiting on that to get here. And another thing we're waiting on is we're going to be putting brand new suspension front and back on this thing. I told the owner, I said, well, since we're waiting around for all this other crap, and I know you wanted that suspension, why don't we go ahead and order it? I'll put it in for you. And he said, okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and order it. So it looks like he went ahead and ordered it. And yeah, we'll be doing that. So that's what's going on the Camaro. Now, I'm not painting this car until all the mechanic work's done. So if you're looking at the car and say, well, why don't you paint it? Why don't you paint the car? Because I'm not going to paint it and then chip the paint or scratch it and then have to repaint the whole fucking quarter panel on the roof just because I got a little chip on the fucking corner there. So the last thing we're going to do is paint the car. That's it. It's a done deal. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Not taking any scuff from anybody, okay? And if Richard Triangle is watching this, my suggestion is quit dicking around with all these fucking losers. And I'm going to go ahead and say this, and he might get mad at me, but when you get on social media and you advertise, I'm going to cut my buddies a deal. You still get the deal, but everybody else is going to get charged whatever I charge. Nobody's going to come to you. Okay? You don't give buddy deals to nobody. If you're in business, you fucking do business. Okay? You cross that line over there, cross that door threshold, it's business in there, pleasure outside. Friendship, business. You get it? All right? There ain't no buddy deal. And there definitely ain't no motherfucking 1099 over here at Southwest Rod and Custom. My friend Pete, your friend Pete, everybody's friend Pete telling you to fuck yourself, bitch.